You were mine. Remember the time the air smelled more like cinnamon and pine. Hello, my name is Kurt, and today I'll be talking about how life is long. Now, a lot of people say, there's a common saying, life is short. Everybody says, life is short, enjoy it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I find this completely inaccurate. Life is long. Like I've been thinking about it recently. I've been just sitting around just thinking about stuff, and I'm only 23 years old, right? And that's my entire lifeline. My entire life has been 23 years, right? And that's a long ass time, and I'm only 23. Now imagine this, in 23 more years I'll be 46, and that's still relatively young according to me. So I will need another whole fucking lifetime to get to the age of 46. All this shit that I went through in life already, times 2. I already got all this bullshit, all this fucking drama and problems, whatever. 23 more fucking years, like I said, that's another completely another goddamn lifetime, you know. And people say, "Oh yeah, life is short." Yeah, people, usually older people say this, you know, because life has already kind of passed them by, and to them it feels short because they're already kind of nearing the end of it. You know, you're 80 years old, no shit, you're gonna say life is short because you want to live longer, you know what I mean? But they don't, it's the same thing as like when you're playing a video game, right? You play that shit for like 100 hours, and while you're playing it, you're like, wow, man, this is so fun, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you're saying, this is a really long game, you know? But then when you finally finish it, or when you're finally towards the end, you're like, wow, this was actually pretty short. It wasn't that long, as long as I expected, you know what I mean? So it has a lot to do with perspective and then the way you view things. So every time people tell me life is short, I'm like, you must be fucking kidding me. Life is like pretty long. And then you get to the point, you get to the age where, you know, you grow up and things kind of become monotonous, and you're like, wow, so this is it? This is the life of an adult. This is the life of a grown-up. Work, make money, have sex, make children probably, eat food, sleep, maybe go on a vacation every once in a while to keep things interesting, and that's it. That's all life has to offer. And I don't know how other people do it. I'm sorry, I do not find any of this shit enjoyable. I just find it kind of just, people just push through, and they want to seem that they're happy, you know, but I think these are all just distractions. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'm a person with a lot of different views, maybe a little different mindset and everything like that, but it's like, I always seen it, even if I become famous or a rock star or whatever, I was just like, it's still lame, you know, because if this is all life has to offer, you know, touring the world and like all this shit, and I mean, it's a matter of perspective too. Like, if you enjoy life for what it is, then it'll be enjoyable to you. But if you don't kind of find joy in any of this stuff, then, you know, you could have all the money in the world, you could have all the women, all the drugs, all this shit, and it'll just be boring. It'll just be kind of like a distraction, you know. If I ever was a rock star or whatever, I'd just take drugs and fuck girls just to kind of get through the day, you know, because life is kind of fucking boring, to be honest with you. That's it, you know. I was just trying to throw another perspective out there, you know, how people say, oh, life is short. I don't believe that, man. Imagine if you lived to like fucking 100 something, you know. When I'm gonna be 100-year-old man, I'll be like damn, you know, I went through all that shit, and this is why you kind of, it's nice to respect your elders, you know. A lot of people say, oh, respect your elders, and I never kind of like, it never sunk into me. I'm like, oh yeah, they're old, like, but I never understood why. It's because they've been going through this monotonous bullshit for like 100 fucking years already, so they have more experience, and they're kind of just like, you know, they deserve the respect because it's kind of like an honor. It's like, wow, you survived 100 fucking years in this bullshit. I mean, you know, like, you know, that's just how I see things, you know. Quick video, you know, it's a nice day, kind of, today, so I just make a quick video. That's it. Take it easy. And, you know, life just keeps going. That's it. Once you kind of accept that life is life, and, you know, it kind of is like this, no matter what. Like, that's the thing with being a spiritual person. You never find satisfaction in this mundane world. Like, nothing here kind of makes you happy. You always kind of look forward to something more, like interacting with spirits or some shit. This is why probably people get into the supernatural, because they want to dabble in all these things and kind of find something more interesting than mundane reality. But, you know, I don't know. I'm becoming more of a philosopher, more of like a realist, a philosopher that just, I'm analyzing things for what they are instead of trying to, you know, get a more mystical approach to things. I just take things for what they are, because we are stuck here. There's kind of no fucking running away, no matter what you do. You could be a special magical guru, you could summon spirits or whatever, but in the end, you're still kind of stuck here, you know? And this is what pisses me off. This is what kind of, it still makes shit monotonous, you know what I mean? But whatever, you know, I'm happy. I'm enjoying it, you know. Just, you gotta find what your favorite thing to do is, kind of, and that'll make you happy and that'll make life enjoyable. And yeah, that's it. Take it easy.